What's up, guys? So, as you saw in the thumbnail, I'll be making the Pokemon Crystal Game Boy, and as I'm narrating, I'm just showing in the background what the final outcome looks like. Basically, in my last Game Boy video I made, the Gengar Game Boy, I had a lot of feedback saying well, a lot of people wanted to see more of a time lapse than just images. So I thought, you know what, I'll get some recordings together. This is the best I could do because this Game Boy was not made like within a day. This was made over a period of time, and I had to stop it a few times because due to my university work and stuff like that. So in short, basically, I've just put the clips together, and I'm just going to be showing how I did it, and how you could essentially do it yourself. So in the back here, I just have the Game Boy actually being. This was like the final day of the Game Boy. This was the other day. Finally putting it together and what it will look like. I will be linking pretty much everything that was included, like where I got it from and where you can get it from. So do check the link description because it will come useful. Anyway, this is the Game Boy itself. This is what it looks like. This is the front of it with a Pokemon Crystal theme cover with a glass display. And here you have the back of it with I kept the back see-through so you can see the batteries. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You have the white front light LED I installed. So yeah, it pretty much lights up. That's it. Real quick, I'm just going to show some images of the case being made. And then yeah, I'm gonna show the video of it being made afterwards. So first, I ordered some shells from Handheld Legends website was called. That'll be in the description. I ordered a see-through case to start with. Next, I sprayed the front of the case all in black with the black spray paint. This was because I chose black and blue combination with my Game Boy, trying to keep the crystal theme. Then I designed the Suicune design. I did this on some sticky labels so I could stick it on the front of the Game Boy, use it as a stencil. Afterwards, I sprayed the back of the Game Boy. I did it in a blue color, so I have the black and blue kind of theme going on. And then yeah, so the stencil then goes on the front of the Game Boy. I ordered some pens from Japan, or there's some Japanese pens that I don't even know where they came from, to be honest, but I used a very sharp, fine, kind of metallic blue pen. I used that to colour in the Suicune. Afterwards, the Suicune, I let it dry for a day or two, and you can slightly see the paint on top of the spray paint. So then you want to spray all of this with like a thin coat of just like a clear spray paint. After that, that's pretty much it. To be honest with you, that is how you create the actual case itself. So yeah, here I'm basically gonna just be showing little clips here and there of me putting it together. You start off obviously by getting the front of the case, and then you gotta make sure to clean the screen of the actual display, because that stuff, if any dust gets in there, you're gonna see it once it's been put together. I had to take off the sticky part on the front of the case because I left that on there when I was spray painting because I didn't want any spray paint to get in there. So yeah, I begin by removing that, and then once that's been removed, I have my case. I don't mind too much about some of the stuff that stayed on. It's not going to be noticeable anyway. It's not going to make a difference. So yeah, first I assemble the buttons. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to put the buttons in there. So yeah, actually wait. I want to see first if it's gonna fit properly. So you have to peel off the actual LED part that they send you, and you have to also peel off this grey part that's on the back of the display. It's like I think someone said to me it was like a sponge that originally without the LED installed, they put the sponge in there just to fill in the gap between the screen and the back shell of the Game Boy. So you want to remove that because it's just going to take up space, and you don't want that. You're going to need that space for the new LED we're fitting in. So there's basically going to be two screens on top of each other. You got the white one and you got the original LED. So yeah, first you wanna go by putting in the LED, see if it fits. I just wanted to make sure it will fit. I did cut two small holes for the wires to be fed underneath, so that's something you want to know. It's not essential, you don't have to do it. I didn't really show me doing it because it's not a big deal. I just wanted to see if the screen and anything would fit. You do have to remember to clean the display much as possible, really, because it will make a difference when you put everything together. If there's any speck of dust in there, you will see it. So yeah, when you solder the LED, you have to solder. It comes with a red and a black cable. The red one goes right at the top, and the black one goes at the bottom. You have to solder it into those two points that I just showed. And yeah, so once you actually fit the buttons in and put it together and close the Game Boy, it should, it should start to come together. I basically didn't put anything in just yet because I want to test the LED will work. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the batteries in just to give it a little test. I've actually left all the buttons out at the moment, so I haven't even put the on button in. So I'm gonna have to flick that on using a screw. So yeah, you can see the LED comes on. It's bloody bright, I tell you that much. The first time I turned it on, I thought like I was gonna get blinded. You can kind of see how bright it is. So yeah, that's it working really. That's how it's gonna look. So yeah, now I'm just gonna put the Game Boy together properly. You put the buttons in. What I didn't realize at the time when I was doing this, which I should have realized, was you have to put the silicone parts on top of the buttons, because that's how obviously when you press the button it sends a signal through the silicone into the circuit board. So you put the circuit board in there, you make sure the wires have been fed through the sides so they're not in the way. The metal part has to go into the battery pack, because obviously you take the metal part out when you're spraying the back of the shell. That the part that joins onto the positive and the negative on the battery, you put that back in the back of the shell. And then you have to, I removed another part which I'm looking for at the moment. It's a metal part so that when you put the game in at the back, the game, I actually don't know what it's for, to be honest, but it goes in the back of the shell so that it's like where the game slots in at the back. So you need to put that on, you need to screw that back in place, because obviously you have to take out anything metal when you're spraying the back of the, when you're spraying both shells. Try to remove as much like stuff you don't want sprayed, or what a lot of people do is they just cover it up. Something you don't want sprayed, you just cover it with a label or something like that. So yeah, you want to just proceed with screwing that back on. There'll be 4 screws in total. There's actually 6 holes altogether, but you only need 4 screws for this part. One of the 2 holes are the screws that come later. Then I'm going to proceed by sticking this part on, because then I realized once I'm putting it back together, dust is actually kind of getting on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and put the display on now. And this spray in particular is a glass spray, as mentioned before. I thought that's pretty cool to have a glass one instead of a plastic one. It sounds pretty cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert that in place. Later on, I do make a small error that I kind of stuck it a tiny bit too low. Not too much, but I end up moving it afterwards. You won't see it in this video though, but yeah, you want to just stick that one in place. It looks good. It sounds pretty good as well. And yeah, once you've screwed your Game Boy back up, you should have the final product. Like I mentioned before though, I forgot the silicone parts, so your buttons will not look like this. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just pretty much start putting it back together one last time. And yeah, there's pretty much nothing else to explain. I mean, if you have a rough idea of what you're doing and you use like websites like where you order your parts from, a lot of time on there it says what to be doing and stuff like that. But that's pretty much all I did really. There's not much else. The only other parts I didn't really show was the soldering, but there are videos on that. I guess I'll link a few of those. Otherwise, the only other part left is I stick the sticker on, which I got from the website as well. But yeah, that's it really. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.